Can. Hello guys. Hong Kong has the most skyscrapers in the world. It is twice as many as New York City. It is the closest rival. So today I will talk about the uniqueness and then how beautiful Hong Kong is. I have a knowledge about Hong Kong because I have lived and studied there for 5 years. In fact, I also worked for a Hong Kong company. It was an international trading company, but I worked there for another 4 years too. Um, Today's speech will have a three-part. First part will be general information about Hong Kong, the country itself, and then the second part I'm going to talk about the culture and then also how China took over Hong Kong from Great Britain, and then the transformation and challenge people have accepted through that. And then lastly I'm going to talk about some travel tips to Hong Kong in case you guys travel to Hong Kong. Let me start with the general information about Hong Kong. Hong Kong was the population of Hong Kong is 7 million, and then Hong Kong is the city as a British colony for 100 years, and then 1997 it transferred back to China. Full name of Hong Kong is the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, which is HKSAR, and then vibrant, densely populated, and then it has 260 plus small islands. Three major big islands, one of them are Kowloon, another one is Hong Kong, and Lantau Island. Between 1941, December 25th, till end of World War II, Hong Kong was under Japanese control, so which is in these years the Japanese culture and then the food culture, also the taxi, even some public letter signs are all still in Japanese now. It's a crown colony of United Kingdom from 1842 till 1997, which is nearly 100 years. And then English and Chinese are both official language, but 38% of them speaks widely in English, and 32% of them speaks different languages, and then the rest speak Chinese, which is Cantonese, and there is a difference in Chinese. So, okay, and southeastern countries have a lot of people have immigrated to Hong Kong too, and Indians, Pakistanis, Nepalese, and also Vietnamese refugees after the Vietnamese War. Approximately 140,000 Filipinos work and live there. Most of them work as foreign domestic helpers, babysitting and housekeeper. Now that I have given you some information about general information of Hong Kong, and let me talk about how Hong Kong people's life have affected over the transfer from Great Britain to China. As you guys know, that Britain is a democratic country, and then China is more communist country. So it was a big challenge for Hong Kongers. I like how one article expressed feelings about Hong Kong people. Hogg Warren, British leave Hong Kong in sour kind of grandeur. It's an article in New York Times. Most of you know that Hong Kong were British colony from 1997 now, and then under 100 years it was Britain's colony. So Britain have turned 6.5 million people into China, and 3.5 million people have the passport that they can travel back to Britain without any visa, but not for living. It was very interesting because, as I know that in fact 400 plus companies had to close down, bankruptcy because of the new policy of China, and then it's a communist rules of China. Within 1 year, 400 big corporations and companies. These big challenges also not only for Hong Kong people, Also, it was a big difference and pressure for international financial world. As you know, there's most of the financial big companies there, and then also international trading business have affected. Now that I give you information about transfer from Britain to China, give you some travel tips in case you guys travel to Hong Kong next time. Hong Kong is like an airport, I would say. People go there and doesn't stay long and then leave. It's expensive, but it's totally worth it. There is places that I would totally suggest you is that Disneyland, you will never see that kind of Disneyland. It's on the mountain next to the ocean and it's very cool. And then also the Lang Kwai Fon Bar Street, it's the biggest in the world and never stops 24/7. Most of them are tourists in there, that's why you will never feel like you are outsider, and also the language wise you will never have problem because you will see everywhere there will be sign in many languages like Japanese, Korean, English, German, and Arabic. You will see signs in the zoo, airport, or even a taxi. You will never have language issues. So it's really cool place to travel. Now that I have give you some information about traveling, also the shopping part in Hong Kong is very famous. Mongkok Street, and the food is very good there too. So let me give you last part of my speech as a conclusion. So that first I have explained you how general information about Hong Kong, and the second part was transfer from Britain to China, and last part of my speech was travel tips to Hong Kong. So if you guys ever decide to Hong Kong, you guys can call me and I will happy to give you some more information about Hong Kong.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
All right, thanks.